Were you a labourer building this place?
Can you come and speak to us, please?
It's really quiet in here. You'd only have...
Behind you, Mark.
What?
Right behind you.
Oh, cool. I've gone all cold. Who's behind me?
Please speak into the red light. I came through, and when I told you to hold on a second, I didn't want any movement behind me because sort of over there on the wall, I thought I saw a shadow move, and I think I've got it
On camera.
I think I've got it on camera.
What's that noise?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Evan
sir.
Poison. Manufactured
Yes, sir.
record.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here we go.
It's like a light is in my face, but I can't fall for you. I close my eyes and drift away. I've overdosed on you. Cause then you wake up dead one day.
The location for our investigation is Dover, where a small fort is situated next to several caves. The fort is said to have spirits of soldiers from several wars, and the local people that visit the area have reported hearing voices and sounds coming from within. The caves nearby were used for witchcraft and other rituals which had taken place back in the 1970s and made the headlines in the local newspapers. And to this day, there are reports of shadow figures that are seen inside the caves. The local people believe that a door has been opened during the witchcraft ceremonies, and whatever was brought through now resides inside the caves. Our research finds little on the locations to help us with the investigation, so I contact Derek Leach, author of a book named Dover's Caves and Tunnels, to ask him for his help, but the research will take a few days, so Mark and I start the investigation blind. We first enter the underground vault for the first part of our investigation.
Is there anyone here that can hear my voice? If so, can you shout out to us, please? Hello? Can you hear us? If you can hear my voice, can you make some sort of noise for us? Can you knock on something, throw something? Maybe if you can, shout out to me so I can hear you. Anyone here at all?
I just heard someone speak. I couldn't make out what they said. It was definitely a male. Sounded like it come from in front of me where you are.
Mark hears a voice come from somewhere in front of him, and it is captured on his camera's audio saying "Frozen." Here is the audio with enhancements.
I just heard someone speak. I couldn't make out what they said. I just heard someone speak. I couldn't make out what they said.
Another room here. Looks like a magazine room. where they used to keep the armory. If you can hear us, can you come and speak to us, please?
A voice replies to my question saying, "Never. Here is the enhanced audio taken from my digital recorder."
Can you come and speak to us, please? Can you come and speak to us, please? Are you out in the hallway?
We spend some time inside the magazine room, but receive no more EVPs, so we make our way back through the tunnel system and go to another section of the fort.
We've come quite a long way today because we've heard about this fort and the caves that are associated with it. If there's anybody here with us, be it soldier or anybody who excavated this cave system, could you tell us your name, please? Flashing lights up there. Behind you. I've just seen you up there, a flashing light. Can you do that again for me, please? And again, it's going down the wall. A little twinkle of light. On the floor now, over there. Thank you. Who is it? What's your name? Were you maybe a soldier that was stationed in this fort system? Or if you were, can you tell me your name, rank and number, please?
Apart from the small lights Mark had seen, there was no other evidence captured, so we placed a REM pod with temperature monitor within the main tunnel. Only seconds after we leave, the alarm goes into activation.
That device on the floor is picking up your energy. So can you come and speak to us now, please? You see these devices I've got in my hand? They're just recorders. They will pick up your voice if you speak into the red light. Please speak into the red light.
I receive a response As the alarm activates, picking up a change in the electromagnetic field around us, a voice tells us to get out.
Please speak into the red light. Please speak into the red light.
I bet for the soldiers that were stationed here or served here in these forts, you felt very proud during the Second World War to be defending your country, because only 23 miles away over the coast is France, and we all know that what was over there waiting for us. So were you proud to have served your Queen and country during the war? Were these tunnels and caves maybe used for, in times during air raids, to shelter the citizens of Dover? If so, do you have memories of being in the caves or indeed in this fort during an air raid? As we said before, you've got nothing to be afraid of by our funny looking devices. I know they might not be recognisable to you, but all this little one does here is it will capture your voice, and we can play it back later and listen to it. You may have already been talking to us, but maybe could you really shout into this little device just where this red light is? Maybe there's people here who outbuild all this, because it's one hell of a place. The building technique's amazing in here, as well as all the forts along the coast. Were you a labourer building this place?
Mark receives a response saying that the spirit is the General. Here is the audio enhanced.
Were you a labourer building this place? Were you a labourer building this place? If it weren't for the defence system that we had around the south coast, things and the outcome of the war may have been a lot different. So I'm really proud of these little forts like this. As I say, I would have liked to have been alive back then to see what it was actually like, but I wasn't. So maybe could you tell me a little bit about it, what it was like living here or being stationed here?
A disembodied voice answers Mark, saying, "Archcliffe prisoner." Here is the audio taken from Mark's digital recorder.
What's that noise? What's that noise? Massive breeze all around me now.
That was a loud bang.
Yeah. Can you do that again for me, please? Make the big breeze go all around me, and can you make a loud bang again? Thank you.
Right, it's time for myself and Mark to now enter the caves. No one knows why these were built. We do know though, back in the 70s, some devil worshipping and black magic stuff used to go on here. So we're going to go in and see what we can capture. Hold on. I came through, and when I told you to hold on a second, I didn't want any movement behind me, because sort of over there on the wall, I thought I saw a shadow move.
Oh, right.
And I think I've got it.
On camera.
I think I've got it on camera.
Tidy.
When I was entering this cave, I thought I saw something move. Did I see you? It's also been reported that these caves were used for black magic and witchcraft many a year ago. And people report seeing the shadow figures and hearing voices coming from within these caves. Can you do something to let us know that you're here, please?
If there is anybody in here with us, could you give us a sign? Maybe knock some of the rocks from down the slope there, or roll one down the slope here, but please don't throw them at us, because it's very dark and we can't see much in here. So could you make yourself be known, please? Don't be scared of what I'm holding in my hand with the red light. It'll just capture any sounds you make, or if you're speaking, this will capture it. Speak into the red light. I'd like to know the reason why they've gone to such great lengths to try and shut the caves off. I mean, the thickness of the walls that they've used to block the entrances off is massive. Why were these caves closed down? It's really quiet in here. You'd only
Behind you, Mark.
What?
Right behind you.
Oh, cool. I've gone all cold. Who's behind me?
I can see your shadow
Yeah.
on the wall.
I've gone.
If you just stay dead still,
I've gone.
so I can show it on my camera. I can see you sitting there, your head. I can see you sitting there. I can see your arm holding out the digital recorder.
I've gone freezing.
But there was another shadow that moved from your right,
Yeah.
right along the back wall past you.
A black shadow moves within the darkness behind Mark, which is captured on my full spectrum camera. Here is the footage with enhancements and in slow motion so it can be seen more easily.
Now I know there's something down there because the feeling's changed, especially behind me, where Jeff said he saw you. Can you show yourself again, please? Maybe so I can see this time. Are you a soldier? Or something that's been brought forward and lives in these caves now, where nobody ever comes? Who are you? Come on, we want to be able to see you and hear you. Well, we've seen you already a few times, we think. So this place is active then. But what I want to know is, who is it that's in here with us? What's that noise?
What?
I thought I could hear, like, I thought I heard someone say something from behind me, and I thought it was you at first.
A disembodied voice is heard coming from behind Mark, and when we play back the audio, the voice is saying, "The devil."
What's that noise?
What?
I thought I could hear, like, I thought I heard someone say something from behind me, and I thought it was you at first. What's that noise?
What?
I thought I could hear, like, I thought I heard someone say something from behind me, and I thought it was you at first.
With the investigation completed, the next day I am contacted by Derek Leach and his colleague Paul Wells, a Dover historian, with the history on the locations that we had requested. The fort was known as Archcliffe Gate and was constructed in the 1860s. It was part of the Western Heights of Dover, one of the most impressive fortifications in Britain. It comprised of several forts, strong points and ditches designed to protect the country from invasion from the sea and landward attack. The entrance was part of a defensive line that barred access to the ridge top, comprising a south entrance ditch known as St. Martin's Flank. As a result of the demolition of Archcliffe Gate and its bridge in 1964, very little is now visible above ground. The gun rooms survive, along with the guard room and the prison cells. The caves nearby date back hundreds of years. They appear in a detailed William Heath drawing entitled Harbour of Refuge from 1836. But researchers believe that the caves date back as early as 1595. The chalk inside these caves were used as ballast for ships to provide stability. But the true nature of why the caves were first constructed will never be known.